Missouri native, good. It's taken a while, but he was solid. Not, and the Leafs were good in front of him.
Yes.
So a lot of credit to the Leafs defensively, but for him, controlled the rebounds well, and for getting out there, second career start, looked calm, poised there. You can see the athleticism down low. There's the strong leg push side to side. He looked in control of the position. He looked like an NHL goaltender. The team ready to play and deserving of a shutout. And you got to give kudos to him and this Toronto Maple Leaf team in general. They bounced back after a tough loss in Pittsburgh, and they go to a rookie wall, and he's able to stand on his head and get the W against the New York Islanders in their new building, which hasn't fared too well in the first couple of games.
No, and of course, back-to-back nights, they are a little bit tired at this point. They had that historic 13-game road trip to start the season, but still, this is a team that has made it to the semifinal round each of the last two Stanley Cup playoffs. So you would think that they would not be in last place in the Metro Division, yet here they are, not at all the start to their season they envisioned. We mentioned the 6-game losing streak, all in regulation, by the way. They've been outscored 27-6 in that span. So when you look at this team and the desperate style that they need to play, how can they turn this around, especially in time to welcome the Rangers in on Wednesday?
Tonight with COVID and everything, a bunch of players out of the lineup. So first they got to get healthy and get everyone back, and after that they got to get the goal scoring department going. Barzell, Bavillier, Wallstrom, some of their goal scorers have to produce on a more regular basis. It hasn't been enough consistency throughout the lineup. Even their defensemen, if you look at the defensemen, only one goal from the defensive group all year, and that's Mayfield. And if you watch their team play, a lot of teams have a defenseman, like the Rangers have Fox, that can be an extra guy on the rush. When it's a 3-on-3, they make it a 4-on-3. When it's a 2-on-2, they make it a 3-on-2. They don't have that layer for the defense kind of rushing up in the play and being the extra man on the attack, and it's problematic for their forwards. And then when their forwards are getting out there, they're just not working in sync. And tonight, when you watch the game, when you watch the Leafs goals, they gave up goals to the Leafs what they like to do to the other teams.
Sure.
The Leafs clogged up the middle of the ice. You saw that last goal by Marner. It's a cross-ice pass, and it gets intercepted in the middle, and all of a sudden it goes the other way for Toronto. What the Islanders love to do is clog up the middle of the ice and turn it into a transition game. So they've got to start to get back to their identity, clog up the middle of the ice, work a transition game, work the forecheck, and get teams back on their heels. It just hasn't been going, and the goal scoring, if it doesn't come around, this Islander team, if they're playing chase-up for too long, they might be digging themselves too big a hole. Thanksgiving is a big benchmark.
It is.
It's about 70-75% chance of making the playoffs.
Thursday.
If you're in a in a playoff position at Thanksgiving, it's around 70-75%.
Yep.
So the Islanders are in a little bit of desperation and urgency mode.
Yes, and so it's the Leafs with the shutout win at the new barn on Long Island. The night before, it was the Flames who took it to the Isles, and they continued their road trip up in Boston on Sunday.